this one open?
Yeah, that one should be open.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Oh, whoa. So, as I'm driving through the Everglades right now in much of South Florida, it's pretty wild to think that there's a piece of Cold War history out here that nobody really talks about. Hidden deep in the Florida Keys is a base that was built to stop the end of the world. It's not just a mere bunker, not a little outpost. It's an entire missile site that was once armed with rockets that could destroy nuclear warheads. And its job was to protect Miami from being completely wiped off the map. Most people drive past it and have no idea it's here. This was a secret Cold War defense base, and it's known as HM-40. This site was a part of a larger shield consisting of multiple HM sites. You see, during the 1960s, HM-40 is one of many sites to protect South Florida from nuclear annihilation. Back in the 60s, this place was on 24/7 alert. It had radar scanning the skies, soldiers living on site, and missiles ready to launch if anything went south. So in the general South Florida area, and I'm talking about the Homestead, Miami defense area, there's about 5 different HM Nike missile sites. I want to see how much of HM-40 is still standing today, 50, 60 years later. I also want to uncover how HM-40 connected to the other missile sites in the Everglades and other parts of South Florida. It was just one piece of a bigger shield that protected all of South Florida from nuclear annihilation. If you know anything about history and the Cold War, you know that era was tense. Before I dive deeper into this base and more about the Nike missile program, let's explore the dormitory building of this missile base. An old server rack. Oh look, you got a beautiful thing. It says suck, I think X vagina over there. Is that from the Cold War, would you say? Oh wow, look at this.
Yeah, this is the pump room. Yeah, these used to be the barrack rooms where the servicemen would stay, and it's usually a common area and 2 bunks per room, well, per barrack. So obviously you had your AC, and then you would usually have 2 separate, like staying quarters per room, and then you have the common area. Used to be my old landlord's. When he was out there 6 months at a time, obviously they'll bring in their supplies when they're switching rotations, and it's him and 5 other servicemen. They had a Willys Jeep. They obviously had the missiles out there, and they had 2 other pickup trucks, and they said it was probably the most painful experience that they could possibly have, where either every day it's you clean up the barracks, you clean the missile systems to make sure everything is working functionally.
And out here in the Florida heat, and like
out in the Florida heat, dead summer, mosquitoes,
Everglades, dense,
100% humidity
bush.
out there, 0 wind, especially where they're at off of Ahinga Trail where HM-69 is. That area is literally the definition of the middle of the Everglades. And they would get to the point where after they do their checklist every day, they either shoot their M1 Garands or M1 carbines out there just for fun to keep up their weapons proficiency, or they'll drive around the Willys Jeep until it breaks, and then they'll call in for another Jeep to come in, and that was life for those servicemen.
All while thinking that, I guess, the end of the world could happen.
Correct, and just being at 100% combat effectiveness at any moment's notice is, to me, the most mind-boggling thing, and truly the biggest test of human endurance when it comes to the mindset of combat, of just sitting.
To understand why this base exists, you have to go back to 1962, the Cuban Missile Crisis.
Good evening, my fellow citizens. This government, as promised, has maintained the closest surveillance of the Soviet military buildup on the island of Cuba. Within the past week, unmistakable evidence has established the fact that a series of offensive missile sites is now in preparation on that imprisoned island.
The United States finds out the Soviet Union is putting nuclear missiles in Cuba, just 90 miles away from Florida. Suddenly, South Florida goes from retirement and beaches to ground zero on day 1 if this goes wrong. I mean, you can literally find photos on Google Images of anti-aircraft batteries positioned all over the Florida Keys. You see, if missiles launched from Cuba, cities like Miami and the military bases around it would have been some of the first to get hit. So the US freaks out in a very organized way. They build a wall of air defense all around South Florida, radar, fighter jets, and a ring of Nike missile sites. And no, these missile sites were not sponsored by Nike, the shoe company. These were Nike Hercules missiles, high-altitude supersonic interceptors designed to blow Soviet bombers out of the sky before they reached Miami.
Nike Hercules guided missile system is a powerful component of the U.S. Army's air defense arsenal. The accuracy and destructive force of the weapon have been repeatedly demonstrated against high and low altitude targets.
Some of them in certain batteries around the country were nuclear capable. So yeah, this peaceful little part of the Key Largo forest used to be part of the front line of the Cold War. Fast forward to the late 1960s and this place would be fully built, fully manned, and absolutely ready for war. Just barely see it through the trees there. And what was that platform for?
That's the actual radar dishes will be on top.
Wow. Radars, or they're platforms for radars?
Platforms for radars. So
okay, so the radar's not on it anymore, obviously.
No, they got rid of those things when they decommissioned the place. But literally, you would have a concrete pad up top with like 6 to 8 inches of concrete, and then you'll have the physical radar dish on top.
Yeah. Wow.
But
wow, damn.
Yeah, I would say we could climb that one, but look at the platform; it's all rusted.
Yeah, I'm okay. No. What is it? Tetanus, or what do you get from rust?
I'm not worried about tennis. I'm worried about fucking fall damage.
Oh, yeah, fall damage is a problem too. Yeah.
So this area, obviously, you had the radars. This is the big bitch right here. This is the tall.
Oh yeah, that one is big.
That's
Holy
the one
shit.
that I climbed up on. That you see all of northern.
When did you climb that up?
2019.
Oh damn.
I've climbed it a couple times before. It was sketchy.
Cool view, right?
Cool view. Dude, you see the ocean, you see everything.
So we decided that we won't climb any of the platforms because we were being big babies. But when I went back for drone footage, I saw some people who did, and I tried to make contact. And they didn't seem like they wanted me bothering them. So HM40 would have had 5 different radars operating when the base was fully active. Now, I'm having trouble finding my master's degree in radar technology, so I'm just going to give you an extremely basic rundown of what these radar were doing back then. The largest one, the white dome right here, or really the radar is housed inside the white dome, is called the HIPAR, or High Power Acquisition Radar. This bad boy is the main radar that scans the skies for any threats. Now nearby was the LOPAR, the Low Power Acquisition Radar. This was a backup search radar. If the HIPAR was ever jammed or knocked offline, the LOPAR kept scanning. It wasn't as powerful, but it ensured they kept eyes in the sky. And then there are the 3 smaller towers that are the only platforms still up at HM40 today. These were platforms for tracking radar. The TTR, or Target Tracking Radar, locked onto incoming aircraft and followed them with pinpoint precision. The TRR, or Target Ranging Radar, measured distance and altitude, especially when enemy tried using jamming. And the MTR, the Missile Tracking Radar, followed the Nike Hercules missile after launch, feeding steering commands so it could intercept its target miles away.
So that's going to be the closest one right here, which was the tallest.
This one over here?
This one right here.
Oh yeah,
and then you have this. You have this building right here, and then you have the shorter building, which was behind us, which is right here.
Wow. Yeah, I guess I was gonna say, like, would you say this is probably one of the most important radar towers for the U.S.
So
at that time?
I don't think this is here anymore. This was on the other side. I don't think that platform. That's the main radar.
Whoa.
But I don't think.
Okay, I can see. So those are the radars on top of the platforms there.
Correct.
Yeah. Wow. Damn.
And this was like their Doppler system.
Wow.
Yeah, 1968.
That is cool.
Unless if you want to, it looks like it's no more than a couple yards in. You want to see if that other radar
is climbable?
Not climbable, but I just want to see if it's there.
Yeah, we can check it out.
I haven't checked to see if it's your boy.
So when I come through here, dude, I think about what it must have been like for people to, like, discovering Florida, or even just back then when they were making this base, like how dense it is out here. Like a lot of this wasn't out here. All the plants they didn't know that would, like, give them rashes and all sorts of things, all the bugs. I mean, could you imagine?
Yeah.
So we attempted to go deeper into the forest to search for the HIPAR, or what would be the remains of it, but we didn't find anything. You see, HM40 is severely overgrown at this point, 50, 60 years later. And as you can see, this entire place is in some rough shape.
Fucking painting over this, you dirtbags. This is some of the original artwork.
Oh, and look how cool that
servicemen
is.
put out here.
And they put this on, what does this say? 4? Oh, come on, guys.
You can't keep getting away with it!
Yeah, so that's literally, that was one of the original paintings of the Nike missile.
Wow.
One of this, whoever serviceman it was, because obviously this is a dorm room, so you had...
Oh yeah, so this
you
is
had
a dorm
room. You had a bed here, and you had a bed right there, and you had their service clothing in there, and then whatever's up top. But whoever this was a very creative individual.
As we kept exploring the site though, we stumbled on something I honestly didn't expect to find out here. Piles of old military junk, just sitting out here in the middle of the forest. Rusting truck frames, engine blocks, broken axles, twisted metal. It looks like somebody took an entire motor pool and dumped it into the trees. This wasn't some illegal trash pit by some random locals. This was the military. You see, back in the Cold War, the priority was building these sites fast. Efficiency, secrecy, and defense came first above everything, especially environmental concerns. So damaged equipment, old vehicle parts, anything like that wasn't worth shipping out. They just tossed it off the side of the base. And now, decades later, nature has started swallowing it all back up. A scrapyard frozen in the 1960s, half reclaimed by the forest. It's a weird reminder that even the most high-tech Cold War facilities had this messy human side. And the leftover junk tells its own story about how quickly this place was built and how quickly it was abandoned. So they would just come out here and just dump all their shit, engine blocks, whatever. You think there's more shit out here, or you think there's more shit under us?
That's the thing. What can be out here? That's where I'm trying to get at. Is if you have fucking a truck right here.
Yeah. How much money to drink whatever's in there?
No, you go fuck yourself,
You turn into a zombie. Like, right there, you just...
run off into the woods and just get on video.
HM40, like all Nike sites, was split into two main parts. The launch area where the missiles physically sat, and the place we were just exploring, the IFC, the Integrated Fire Control Area.
Nut raisin mix. That can't spell nutrition out. Nut.
Now, you can't spell nutrition without nut, am I right?
Raisin mix.
Nut raisin. You got your lemon lime beverage powder.
After a surprisingly good MRE lunch, seriously, those are actually not bad. We went over to where the missile batteries used to be kept. Keep in mind, guys, these weren't just small rockets. Each Nike Hercules missile was nearly 40 feet long, weighed over 10,000 pounds, and could fly at Mach 3.6. This base wasn't just defensive, it was capable of some serious firepower.
Wait, is this one open? Yeah, that one should be open.
Oh, really?
Yeah. Oh, whoa. Here, I'll get light.
Wow, look at this. Oh, and a ladder to go up.
Yeah. Picture desks. Cucarachas.
Jesus Lord.
Oh my god.
Oh my god.
Rat roaches. So the corridor that you saw over there, picture a big U-shaped berm that comes all the way around, and then the actual rocket battery will be right in the middle point of whatever direction that they need it.
Mm.
So you do the launch sequence in that room, and you just feel the rocket taking off, but you never see it.
Wow. As we wrapped up our time at HM40, it really hit me how strange this place is. During the Cold War, this site was cutting edge. Millions of dollars of radar equipment, hardened bunkers, missile crews on standby 24/7, all pointed south, waiting for the one moment everyone hoped would never come. But when the Cold War ended, HM40 didn't get a dramatic shutdown. It didn't become a museum, it didn't even get preserved at all. It was just abandoned. The radars were dismantled, the dome was demolished, the leftover machinery just left out in the forest. Today, the ruins feel almost surreal. The whole place feels less like a former military base and more like some lost outpost swallowed by time. And yet, if you stand still for a second, you can almost picture what it used to be. The radars sweeping the skies, the generators humming, the crews running drills, the tension in the air when the Cuban Missile Crisis was unfolding just 90 miles away. HM40 is just one reminder of a moment in history when the world stood on the brink of annihilation. And now, all that's left are ruins. But the story is still here, written in concrete, rust, and silence.